You're listening to Podcast PXN,
a video game podcast
delivering player experience news.
Let's go!
What's up, guys, and welcome to Podcast PXN, episode 245. I am one of your hosts, Daniel Prindle, aka Dan is DTM on Twitter, and I am joined over Discord. Wait, not Discord, over YouTube by the Nintendo aficionado and artist extraordinaire Roshan Warner. He is in the chat with us this week as he is working, and next week as well. But also, happy belated birthday to Ro. He didn't tell us it was his birthday. Damn you.
Happy
Here,
birthday, Roshan.
Yeah, I got something for him. Hope it was a good one.
Incredible. And that is the host of Large Popcorn and video producer at DualShockers, Christian Macias at ISO Christian.
We're talking about 9/11 later in the show today. I'm sorry.
God.
God damn it, I've asked 7 times what this is in reference to, and I never get an answer.
Yeah, we have to.
All right. And the other person here to help me through this episode, because Christian clearly doesn't want to help me, Master Maitre D and fellow Spartan, Gage Dempster at Gilbo Biggins.
Hey, man, we're all just along Christian's fastest demonetization ride, speed run. We're all just along for the ride. You know what I mean?
It could go way faster if I was trying.
Incredible. And Glenn did tell us 11 minutes late in the chat. Thanks, Glenn. Thanks. Thank you to everyone who is watching us live and participating in the chat. Just as a reminder, we are live each and every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern time on youtube.com/@podcastpxn and twitch.tv/podcastpxn as well. The topic of the show this week, guys, is our Summer Game Fest predictions are starting. PlayStation's State of Play has been possibly announced. Maybe there's news about that later. So we'll have predictions in the topic of the show. But first, the show always starts with the quick bites. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Guys, we have more leaks on the pretty much widely known Deadlock video game from Valve. Apparently that's their next game, which we talked about a little bit already. We've got more info that says that this game is going to feature a visual novel that will include all of the characters as well. So I guess they're going for an approach of let's just throw some weird shit at this game, you know? Here we go. Throw it all at the wall, see what sticks.
That one might not be for me. I don't know. Maybe I'll check it out. Who knows? Like Gage said, Valve makes good games, so it could be worth checking out for a little bit at the very least.
Yeah, wait and see. I'm going to wait and see.
Wait and see. You know who's not going to wait and see? These cheat makers that are really having a bad week here. Developers and publishers, I guess, are going against cheat makers in court, and apparently we have a couple of wins here. One from Bungie. Apparently Bungie won a landmark trial against Destiny 2 cheat developers. For the first time ever, we now have a jury verdict against cheaters. Of course, this is coming from Tom Warren, and he's adding here as well that this is great news for legit FPS players everywhere, for people who want fair experiences for everyone. And there is also this is weird writing this in here, but a W for Activision as well, where apparently a high-profile cheat maker has been ordered to pay Activision over $14 million in damages and hand over its domain name as well. Normally we don't cheer for W's with Activision, but I think in the case of being against cheaters, I think maybe I'm okay with that.
What kind of cheating was it?
Well, it's just they're creating hacks for, games like popular games like Call of Duty in this case, or Destiny with Bungie. So,
Okay, like PvP hacks.
yes.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay.
Yeah. Fuck cheaters, man. I hate that shit.
It is annoying, isn't it?
Yes. And of course, I am sad that Ro is not in here to cheer this on with me, but maybe you guys will be cheering on with us as well. The Destiny 2, the final shape launch trailer is here. And yes, it's pretty much a fully CG. It is a fully CG trailer, but this fucking trailer is sick. I don't care. I love it. It's got me excited again, even if the last expansion's campaign was not great. I'm excited to see this through, I guess.
I guess.
Destiny 2 is this still a thing?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
There's some previews up from some people that have already played, had some hands-on time with this already, and a lot of people are talking very highly on the content of this expansion thus far. I did see some people that haven't played the whole like campaign experience, but were like a little bit mixed on the campaign portion. Like maybe they hadn't seen the full-fledged experience, so they weren't really certain how it was going to come together. So maybe that's a bit worrying in terms of that front, but I'm hearing a lot of good things about the actual content in the game expansion.
And is Destiny 3 coming?
Probably.
I know like Luke Smith was talking about like the next thing or whatever it was, giving a little hints.
Yeah, I definitely think that'll be coming at some point. So it'll be interesting. Will be interesting. Shout out to I forget the name of the company that I got the free code for the final shape for Destiny 2 from some stupid thing that I signed up for a long time ago. So
remember what you said, Gage, when you sent that?
I don't.
The rich get richer. The rich get richer.
Jesus Christ.
I was based.
Jesus. And you know who is really rich and getting richer? Capcom Resident Evil fans, because Resident Evil 0 and Code Veronica remakes are reportedly in the works at Capcom. I think that these games have already been remastered already, but that's not stopped Capcom in the past before. Of course, Resident Evil 0 first launched on GameCube in 2002 as a prequel to 1996's Resident Evil game. Code Veronica was originally released on Dreamcast in 2000 as the fourth mainline game. It stars Claire Redfield and Chris Redfield, so very interested to check these out because I never played these two back in the day, so it'd be cool.
Same for me.
Yeah, neither have I.
Very cool. All right. What's not cool though, guys? Ubisoft has introduced a $9.99 a month subscription for Rainbow Six Siege, and fans are not too happy about it. Rainbow Six Siege, which remind you is not a free-to-play game, was recently revealed with second season of Year 9 dubbed Operation New Blood, and of course they introduced the Rainbow Six membership with that. Active membership holders will enjoy monthly drops of exclusive content that includes time-limited gear, animated legendary skins, 10 times battle level skips, a Bravo pack, and access to the premium battle pass for $9.99 a month. Or you could get it discounted for $79.99 a year. So just buy a whole fucking game every single year from them, essentially.
You know what? I want to commend Ubisoft for waiting 9 years before pulling this, because this seems like something that they would be doing way sooner than this. This is obviously, yeah, of course, ridiculous. But
ridiculous.
Well, I think so.
I think it's awesome. I love giving companies more money for nothing in return.
We should do it. There should be a tip button. There should be a tip button in the game.
No, God.
I will say, I'm giving Ubisoft shit, but recently, very recently, almost a month ago, I became a Fortnite subscriber. I joined the crew pack. I give them $11 a month.
Oh no!
Because I already buy the battle passes. What's one more dollar, you know? And then on top of that, I get a bunch of free extra stuff. That's how they get you. So I'm very happy that people booed Rainbow Six or UB when they announced this for Rainbow, because that should have been more like them.
Now everyone boo Christian for buying that Fortnite
That's
group.
fine. I deserve the shame. But you know what? When my regular skin goes to the next skin because I've been a subscriber for 30 days, and like the cute little girl has like a green outfit and white hair, who will be laughing? I will.
Just you. Oh, Jesus. All right. Moving on. Xbox has reportedly signed a deal with former Rocksteady heads Sefton Hill and Jamie Walker's studio 100 Star. The studio was created by, of course, the two founders of Rocksteady. There's 20 plus ex-Rocksteady devs that work there. It's a AAA single-player action-adventure game that is being built with Unreal Engine 5 and is likely, in quotes, being to be a platform exclusive, releasing for Xbox and PC. May go multi-platform later. So, very interesting here for former Rocksteady devs. If they make
if we're being real, any game Xbox will show off this year will have the caveat of, will this come to any other platform later?
Right.
That's true.
Yeah, I think as Dan and Roe touched on last week, I think, or a week before, sorry, that yeah, there's a chance any of these games. I don't know if Xbox is gonna really hammer home the exclusive branding anymore. We'll see.
You mean Microsoft Gaming?
That's right.
Moving
Dan
on.
Dan had thoughts on that, but he has to move on.
No, I have no thoughts on that. The thought of it going to Microsoft Gaming is just disgusting. Ugh. Moving on. Sony has created a PC adapter for PSVR 2, reportedly. They're certifying an adapter to allow PSVR 2 to work on PCs. Finally, this probably should have been there at launch to help out the numbers for selling this thing. But this is good news, no less, to get a really good headset on PC.
Yeah, and then they're going to sell it to you. They're going to sell you this little adapter.
Oh my
That's
god!
true.
If this adapter is, I can see it now. It's being like $89.99 or something ridiculous.
No chance. It's like $30 max.
What
A
are
little dongle?
That's what it should be.
thing?
That's what it should be. Correct. That's what the bill of materials. You know. That's what. Yeah.
What are the chances that they retroactively give people this for free? Because Microsoft did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
I was just gonna say Microsoft did this for the Xbox One Connect when they released the series or One S and One X. They had an adapter to be able to use Connect, and they were gonna sell it for like $30, something around what we're talking about here. And people freaked out, and then they ended up initiating a program where you could sign up to get a free adapter to use on your new 1S or 1X. So maybe something similar here that the people
You're pulling from the wrong example. But I appreciate it. Yeah. Look at Sony's practices. What have they done in the past?
That's fair.
PSVR 1. When the PS5 came out, they sent emails or links. If you're a PSVR owner and you want this to work with PS5, sign up, and we'll send you the adapter for free to work with PS5. Will they do it now with the new CEOs? It's not Jim Ryan's CEO Sony anymore. Remember that. Herman Holtz and the other dude.
Do you want to know what I think it is? I think you're looking at it the wrong way. It has nothing to do with will they do that thing again? This isn't for the PlayStation ecosystem. This isn't for PlayStation.
For PC. It's for PC, you're right.
Audience. Yep.
That's true, but there might be.
You're not in our walled garden, so you're gonna pay for this adapter.
That is.
No, hold on. If they're PSVR owners, they are part of the PlayStation ecosystem already.
Ah, that's true. They could go either way. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
To see what they do.
I would say either way, if people put pressure on them to do it, similar to the Microsoft example, people put pressure on them, they caved in. I would think that they would do the same thing, but we'll see, I guess.
All right, Hermie, the ball's in your court.
Hermie.
One in 3, it's free.
Are you Are you on the first 4-letter name
right.
with Hermie?
I
Hermie.
am.
Nice. All right. Amazon Games has apparently signed a deal with Maverick Games for a narrative-led open-world driving game, which is set to release on PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. There is some Forza Horizon devs that moved to this studio to create this studio from Playground Games, so it'll be interesting to see if they do something similar or if they do something completely different. Will be interesting because I kind of Ryan McCaffrey tweeted about this, and I kind of agree that why would they leave Playground, which is like an illustrious developer for that kind of game, just to create the same game? So I feel like it's going to be somehow different than Forza Horizon than necessarily competing. But I don't know. Be interesting. X Defiant, guys. Have you guys been playing X Defiant? Well, I guess we'll find out.
Since the beta. Oh, sorry, you're doing a thing. Please.
No, you're fine. I guess I was gonna say, I guess we'll find out what you got for me if you've been playing it. But X Defiant has been seeing some early success. Apparently, it's achieved 7.6 million unique players and has hit a concurrent player count of around 700,000 players across platforms, which is actually pretty decent. That's surprisingly more than I thought.
That sounds right for a subscription service.
Do you think it's X defying expectations?
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't been hanging out with Dan too long, huh, Gage?
You better be careful using X that much in a sentence. You might have Musk coming after you for that.
It all happens on X.
Jesus. You mean Twitter?
Formerly.
Yeah. The final quick bite here. Development has officially ended on Cyberpunk 2077, as now over 400 developers at CD Projekt Red are now working on the next Witcher game. I feel like they did a lot of work on that game, so put it to rest, I guess, now. It's done. All right. Let's run over some street meets. The next Doom game, guys. Have you heard about this? Maybe from those leaked Microsoft documents. It's reportedly being called Doom: The Dark Ages, and Jez Corden has also corroborated this report as well. Apparently, the game is described as being medieval inspired. And I think the leaks from the Microsoft thing was that it was a prequel since it was being called Year Zero. So some interesting leaks here for Doom coming up before the Xbox event, a little over a week and a half away.
I hope that this... Oh, go ahead.
No, you please. You first. No, hold on. I want to hear your thoughts first.
I hope when they say medieval inspired that this is like that it's still modern day, but it just kind of is like maybe when the invasion happens and like humanity just kind of gets its shit rocked a little bit and everybody kind of gets pushed back a little bit. It'd be weird if they did like this. I don't know. I'm so over the time travel sort of thing. So I hope that when they say medieval inspired, it just means that you're going through a modern day sort of city, but just humanity's kind of on the brink of extermination and everybody's kind of living rough. I hope that's what it means when it says medieval inspiration. I don't want to do a Doom game with like melee weapons and crossbows. I don't know.
I got really excited for this. Also a little bit bummed because, like, you know, this is probably going to get shown at one of the showcases, and I like surprises. So I hate leaks, and it always feels like a lot of Microsoft stuff leaks. I never know why, but a lot of their stuff leaks. And then somebody like quote tweeted like the Wario64, the Insider Gaming tweet. And reminded me, like, I had completely forgot that the Mick Gordon stuff is still ongoing. That he like hasn't been paid for all the work he was forced to do in like under a certain amount of time in that game, and then that the id Studio director threw him under the bus publicly and gave like what did he give? He handed off the digital OST that was never agreed upon to like an amateur person. And this is like it was all happening publicly, and like Mick Gordon had to like come back. Remember that long thread he posted, like with
Oh,
all the evidence
yeah.
over the years? That still
Right.
hasn't been resolved. I was like, damn, what a way to like taint this for me. I had completely forgotten about that.
That was all during Doom 2016, right?
I think it was the next one, wasn't
It
it?
was Doom Eternal,
Was it Doom
yeah.
Eternal?
Yeah,
Okay, I
because
don't know that.
he did Doom Eternal's track as well. I will say I loved 2016 and Doom Eternal. Those games, like the gameplay, was just great. I love those games.
I didn't play Eternal, but 2016 was a lot of fun. I like that one a lot.
Yeah.
Dan, what would your
Which
opinion
is-
be on a medieval Doom?
Oh, I'd be super down for it. It'd be kind of a cool twist on it. Because it already kind of has like that gothic-esque look to it, I guess. I don't know. It would be
Right.
an interesting twist to the traditional like Doom look, I think. Yeah. And yeah, I don't know. It's so funny too because every time I think about Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal, I think about the finishing moves, which I love so fucking much, and I think about how people were like super jazzed about those finishing moves, and then it instantly makes me think of fucking Rise, a launch title on Xbox One that everyone destroyed because it had like those same type of finishing moves that you basically the game just did it for you, but it was cool like finishing moves. I fucking loved Rise. I thought Rise was a great game. I can't believe
I
people
feel like I need
shit
to
on
try
that
this
game.
game. I need to try this game just for the conversation around it. Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I feel like it didn't deserve a lot of the hate it got, but I don't know.
Next year, I'll play Days Gone.
Oh,
You should. You'll have fun with it. That's the part that you'll hate.
You're so stupid. I'm gonna hate how much I like it.
ugh. All right, our last street meet here. It's a now deleted post, or at least from what I could find. But Jez Corden had said on Twitter that the next Xbox would be a reference design. That the next Xbox has a heavy Windows slant and will be a reference device for manufacturers making devices like the Asus ROG Ally, most likely, like Windows Surface or Surface Pro 11 is a reference device for AI PCs. That was a mouthful. So essentially, I hope this isn't true, and I don't know why Jez deleted it or know what the backstory of that is, but I hope it's not true because I feel like that's going to hurt the consumer if that's true, because I feel like the prices are going to be a lot higher if that's the case. You're not getting, you're not getting manufacturers making up the cost of building and creating these consoles by selling software behind it. So obviously we see like the Asus ROG Ally and that kind of stuff, like they're pretty powerful devices, but they're also extremely expensive. So yeah, that concerns me a little bit on that front, if that's true.
Are they extremely expensive compared to the Series X though?
I thought are they not?
Like what, like $100 more, I think? Which is a
I
fair
guess
chunk of change.
I guess it depends on what the value proposition, right? Because you're in a handheld form factor versus a home console. I feel like that might be a little
Right.
bit different, but
It's tough. I don't know how to tackle this topic because I feel like this topic could easily be a topic of the show if it was if it was a different week. Like this is kind of big news. Jez usually doesn't. The deleting it is interesting because normally when he deletes stuff, if he's deleting stuff because it's wrong, he'll say so. He'll have he's usually pretty good about correcting himself and putting that, but he just kind of quietly deleted this. I don't know if that means that it's because it's accurate and maybe he really wasn't supposed to say something like that. I don't know. This would be a huge change up though. I think it could be true because it could be I don't know. I don't want to say it. I don't want to manifest it. It could be the start of Xbox trying to tiptoe its way out of hardware, is opening up hardware designs and yeah, I don't know. I don't know. This is the Windows thing is interesting. Like I'm picturing is this like a Steam big picture type thing where they're just kind of making a modified Windows user interface and it's just got a custom skin on it as opposed to being a completely different UI. I don't know. It's very, very interesting though, and it's tough to just say a little about because I feel like there's a lot here to digest.
And also, if that is the case, they got a major redesign, and revamp that they need on the PC Xbox app. If that's like the big picture mode or whatever that's going to be using, like, because that definitely still needs work.
Speaking of consoles, I have a problem with Sony and Microsoft, but really it's just a question to you. Two major sales happened over the weekend. One currently still ongoing. Sony is having their Days of Play sale, and then there was like Memorial Day sales with various retailers. Both now current gen hardware was on sale. I would have thought, 4 years on, we're gonna get the announcement of iterative consoles fairly soon. I would have thought, hey, maybe $100 off for next gen. Seems like it, almost 4 years in, could be likely. It's still only $50 off for a lot of these. It makes sense, but it's like, damn, these things are still really expensive to get.
Yeah, I mean, inflation went fucking through the roof there for a while.
Yep.
Yeah, which definitely doesn't help. Yeah. No bueno. Everything's so fucking expensive. It's stupid.
Everything.
Stupid. All right. Let's move in to the PXN news of the week. So the first item we've got here, Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is officially confirmed and it is coming included day one with all levels of Game Pass. They made specific mention of that, which is interesting. We didn't get the refreshed Game Pass subscription model yet. I'm assuming that may still be coming. Who knows? Like increased prices or different tiers. Christian?
I'll keep going, and then I'll start when you stop.
Oh, okay. Well, that's pretty much the end of that segment. Yeah.
That's like the biggest news of the week, I think, is that right there. Call of Duty on Game Pass day one. That's going to be like a monumental shift for years to come. What is going to happen with the next Call of Duties? What is going to happen with to like the Game Pass model? What's going to happen to Microsoft? Like this is going to have ramifications for years with this. Isn't that nuts to think about? And they just dropped it just like that in the middle of the week.
That's
crazy.
I think we've talked. Sorry, go ahead, Gage. You're about to talk.
I was gonna say it could be monumental. It'll be interesting to see if it has the desired effect, right? Like
sure. If subs go up.
Well, actually, no, you're right. It will be monumental in just maybe a positive or a negative. Like it'll be interesting to see because they're committed to day one Game Pass. If this doesn't get the results that they want, does this negatively impact Call of Duty, right? Does this have them scale back Call of Duty's ambitions? It'd be interesting.
Yeah, I think it's also interesting to see what effect this has on Xbox as a whole, because Microsoft hasn't had the marketing rights to Call of Duty since 2013, I believe. And I think that gets overlooked sometimes, that Call of Duty is the biggest property year over year, not in terms of, hype, because like obviously like games like Grand Theft Auto 6 and even last year with Hogwarts Legacy that ended up outselling Call of Duty, but in terms of consistently selling huge numbers every year to the mainstream audience, I feel like that's underrated how much that marketing push of it just saying Xbox at the end of those TV ads that come up may help Xbox as a brand try to push people into that direction, especially if you're coming on there saying it's available day one on Game Pass. That's all you need. You need Game Pass and you got it.
I need to know what like the goal is with this. Is it more hardware or is it subscribers for Game Pass up? And yes, there'll be an uptick that month, but like 90 days after that, what are the numbers going to look like? What are the long-term effects?
Yeah, that's true. Good point. I think that they want subscribers. I don't think that they care about hardware. I don't think they've cared about hardware for a while now. I think
especially with the reference design stuff, right?
Right. Yeah. I think that they want the subscribers, and I guess the question is can you continue to create quality multiplayer content that people want to keep coming back to in Call of Duty specifically to keep their subscription to Game Pass active?
And here's something else I'll add to Christian's comment of will we just see an uptick for that month? That's the one thing that's different with Game Pass as opposed to things like other subscription services that are just TV and movies is that it's an ongoing multiplayer game. So if your friends are still playing, if all your friends are still playing Call of Duty 2-3 months out, you're not canceling that subscription, right? Now in the days of crossplay. So that'll be an interesting thing as well to see if if Call of Duty and because it does have player retention. That's the thing, right? Like everybody loves to hate Call of Duty, myself included, but it has player retention, and it'll be interesting to see if they don't just have a 1 month, 2 month uptick, but they do actually see considerable growth.
Here's the thing: Warzone's already free.
That's true.
True, that's true, and we don't know the metrics of what actually keeps people playing because obviously, but that's the thing. Like they don't just update Warzone. Like when they do those big like season 3 things, like most of the new content is divvied up amongst multiplayer and whatever the third mode is, be it zombies or survival or whatever.
Oh, zombies will be huge. Yeah, sure. I forgot about zombies.
And the other thing we haven't discussed is the monetization for that game continues to rely on the free-to-play aspect with Warzone, but like even the paid version of the game, it's obviously the same store, so like all of that shit is still there to, monetize the shit out of that player base.
Right.
So
the whales that'll spend $60 on buying that skin that's a live action Battlefield or whatever.
Oh, you mean Glenn?
The weapon.
You're talking about Glenn, right?
You bought it? Glenn, you bought it?
There's very little that Glenn hasn't bought when it comes to Call of Duty microtransactions.
Oh no.
Dude, Glenn buys too much like NBA, he buys a shitload of that shit, and Fortnite he has a ton of skins. Glenn?
You'll have a different excuse for each one though, don't worry.
2K's evil.
Yeah.
That's the worst one. Yeah.
We also didn't talk about the biggest thing.
Oh yeah.
With this,
yes.
It's also. Go ahead.
Well, they put out a ton of marketing around this game, like a bunch of little teasers and trailers, and sorry, what?
We're talking about two different things, aren't we?
Maybe. What are you talking about?
There's not divisiveness. What is the word I'm looking for? Controversy. There's ongoing discourse about the game also coming to PS4 and Xbox One.
Gotcha. Yes.
People. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. You go ahead.
Obviously, people who are on next gen are unhappy because they think it's going to hold the game back. But I mean, like over half of the install base on both Xbox and Sony are still on last gen consoles, so it makes sense. And I had to look this up because I'm also doing a piece on like showcases for DualShockers, and there's still a chance that like the multiplayer will be cross gen, but the single player will be next gen only. The last time they did this was with Black Ops 3 for PS3 and Xbox 360. That didn't have a single player campaign. It was next gen only. You had to buy the next gen version of that game.
And you know what? With the rumors going back a few months, maybe even more than a few months. I feel like this was a while ago, but if the rumors of the Call of Duty campaign this year being a completely new invention, where it's like they were talking about how it's taking inspiration from Far Cry, and you're doing all these things on this unique map that's not the Battle Royale map, and who knows if those leaks are true, but if that is the case, I could see that definitely being a next gen only feature. As to the controversy, I feel like this is one of those things. I fell into this trap too, with kind of being disappointed that it's on last gen. It totally makes sense with the user install base. I think Dan was the first to point that out in our chat, and I was like, oh yeah, that totally makes sense. But it also is objectively being held back, because that means that no matter what is in the game, it has to be something that's able to run on this hardware that at this point is what, 10, 13 years old? I don't even remember.
10 years. It's over 10 years.
Over 10 years, right? So it's one of those things where both sides are valid, but also there is truth to both, where it's like, yeah, it is being held. It is like objectively being held back. It has to, whatever's in this game cannot be more than what is able to run. Not only just able to run on the old console, but run at a consistent 60 frames per second on the old console. So, yeah, it's, I guess, bittersweet.
I will say personally, I think it depends on whether it will be held back, because like as we were talking about in the chat, also Black Ops 3 came out on last gen and at the time current gen, and the difference was at that time when that game came out, I think it was Black Ops 3, right? Yeah, Black Ops 3. The Xbox 360 and PS3 version were made by Beanox, which was completely separate. It was a separate game, so to speak. And the main game was obviously made by Treyarch. So, like, if they do something like that again, personally, I don't think that necessarily would hold it back, because a lot of people were talking about the Black Ops 3 360 and PS3 game being far worse quality game experience as a result of that. And, obviously that's not great for those owners, but I don't think it necessarily means that it will definitely be held back by next gen. Now, if Treyarch comes out and says, yeah, we're making all versions of this game, it's going to be all the same experience, all of that, yada, 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 then yeah, you're probably looking at things being held back, because that's a lot of platforms to develop for and not hold back for the 10-year-old consoles. But
We still got more COD talk.
we do, yeah. Sorry, that was a long bit. We have so yeah, there was a bunch of marketing stuff that went around, and teasers and such. So with all these teases and such, people have pulled out a bunch of Easter eggs, and apparently, well, not apparently, obviously, the Activision's marketing has revolved around teasing fans with cryptic nods to the Gulf War of the early 90s. And the trailer continues the conspiracy theories with a few words of wisdom from world leaders central to the military action that took place in Iraq during the decade. Former U.S. Presidents Bill Clinton and George H.W. Bush, as well as ex-UK Prime Minister Margaret Thatcher and Iraq leader Saddam Hussein, combined to utter words from the shadows that allude to some grand conspiracy the player will presumably unravel over the course of Black Ops 6's campaign. So some of the Easter eggs, there's coordinates that were found in the new teaser trailer that are coordinates to Saddam Hussein's palace, which is further confirming his appearance and his involvement in the campaign. I don't know why this person put fire emojis like... Yeah, Saddam Hussein's in there. Woo! We got, like, what the fuck? I don't
Can I say something real quick?
Sure, yeah.
We're so fucking back. We're so fucking back. This is the type of shit I love to see from not only Call of Duty, but specifically Treyarch. So, like, that's why he's using fire emojis. I love that we're getting back to real world. Like, it's been quote unquote long enough now that we can sort of make a fake story out of it. It's kind of because Treyarch kind of does this Assassin's Creed thing where they're like, we're gonna make a story take place in this real world fictional sort of this real world conflict, and it's gonna be like 70% accurate, and then there's gonna be 30% of just this crazy conspiracy world bending shit going on beyond it. I think we're just so fucking back right now, dude.
I too think it's exciting that Call of Duty is stupid again. And here's where we get to talk about 9/11. Here's where we get to talk about 9/11. Before the like Saddam Hussein, Clinton, Bush, Thatcher trailer, there were like images, like these little video clips with like newspaper clips of 9/11, and we know that the game, well, seemingly is going to be spanning through the 90s and into the 2000s. The early 2000s. I don't know how much of the like Iraq war will be present beyond the Gulf War. Like maybe it'll just like hard stop at a certain point. But I do think there will be a 9/11 mission.
No way.
Hold on.
Way.
Here's the thing. Yes, 100%. And here's how it's gonna go down. It will have nothing to do with the towers themselves. You will not be seeing New York, but you will be part of some agent who will be getting in some kind of plane in an attempt to stop this kind of attack, and you succeed. The plane crashes in the fields in the middle of nowhere. You successfully stopped one terrorist attack, and this is where you learn, oh no, the other agents failed, and it's hit the Pentagon, and it's hit the towers, and now you cut forward 2 years, and it's 2003, and you're going to fucking Iraq. I'm telling you, mark it down.
See, I don't think it's gonna go that far in the future. I don't think it's gonna be in the from what I've seemingly gathered, it seems like it's gonna stay in the 90s unless I'm.
Here's what I'm gonna say, Dan. I think you're right too. That's part of it. But the main reason why I think that won't happen, Christian. First of all, I love that. Like that sounds locked in. But the problem is that because they just retconned the no Russian mission in Modern Warfare 3 to be a plane. Literally, it's the exact same plot you just mentioned. They retconned.
Oh damn.
They did in Modern Warfare 3. That's the only reason I think Treyarch isn't going to do that, because it would be literally them recreating a big, huge beat that's like taken straight from the last game. They totally switched the whole airport massacre to being an agent on a plane trying to stop the plane from going down. That's the only reason why I think you're wrong. I was following you the whole way.
It's a good thing Modern Warfare 3 isn't canon. It's not canon.
Oh yeah, well, fuck. Let's try and forget about that game.
I would also argue that it's not necessarily Treyarch's DNA for their campaign to do something like that, because Treyarch's never done anything like that in the past for their campaigns.
No, man. Those Vietnam stuff
when
was
you were
pretty
walking me through
insane.
oh man, that sounded great, but I don't think they'll do it.
Yeah. Anyways,
I watched Woods take a shotgun to both knees, like, you know.
That's true. And jump out of a fucking glass and window and get exploded, and then come back 30 years later.
Hell yeah. Get some mechanical knees.
Also, he's in this game too now somehow, so we'll see how that works.
There's a lot of shit that people are just fucking going super in depth with. I'll leave you with one more thing. Somebody went so in depth and summarized all of his findings that in less than 24 hours after the publication of the reveal trailer, he's came up with this incredible journey to what ends up being a well-argued suggestion from that transit from Black Ops 2 has inspired the first zombies map for Black Ops 6.
Damn, I never liked transit.
That's, you know what, that's fair. You want to talk about something that's divisive, something that's controversial, is the original transit map, and I, from day one, have been a transit supporter. So, this is cool. I would love if this game. I mean, obviously, 4 years in the oven. We've talked about it many times. This is the most dev time that a Call of Duty game has gotten ever. So I think it's not unreasonable that we get 2 maps, and I think it'd be very cool if one of the maps is your classic sort of small scale map, and then this one is like a throwback to something like Transit, and more specifically, I hope that it's like Transit and not like the new sort of mode, whatever it's called. I think it's called Outbreak or something like that, where it's just like kind of a battle royale. Yeah. I hope that this is, if they do the Transit thing, I hope it's actually like Transit and not like just, oh, this is our version of the thing that they've been doing the last few years. But I'm excited to see Transit back. I'm a Transit.
Space for opinions here.
Yeah.
Is this?
I'm just gonna say, like, those World at War maps I think are iconic. Like, what's the Kino? I think is fantastic, and it's so simple. But 5 I think is like, not 5. What's the last World at War map?
Kino Numa?
With the catwalk.
I
forget it.
Oh! You're talking about Darius.
There is, yeah. That one's like, I think
teleporters.
All timer. But
Yep.
that Black Ops 1 era, dude, like the maps in that went so like 5, of course, iconic. But like Shangri-La,
Wait,
you know,
5?
that
5 was Black Ops, right? Or am
That's
I
what you just
crazy?
said.
saying.
Black Ops.
Oh,
yeah,
sorry.
But the Black Ops era, yeah. 5, iconic. Shangri-La, that fucking map in the ice where you're playing as like Sarah Michelle Gellar or whatever the fuck. Those maps got crazy, dude. That Black Ops 1 era was so fun.
Even the starter map, the theater map for Black Ops.
That was
1,
great. Yeah.
That was I think it's one of the best maps ever, and it's the free one that everybody gets. Like, yeah, Black Ops 1 is maybe my favorite zombies, even though World at War. Like, I'm glad that you started this segment with that, because shout out to them. But like, also, man, yeah, Black Ops 1 killed it.
And there was like 8 zombies maps or some shit like that.
There was a lot for the first one.
There was
Yeah,
a lot.
there's-
Yeah.
Yeah. If we can get back to that, that's all I need, right? I just need to like,
Dude.
you come home on the weekend, you're on with the boys, crack some beers, play some zombies.
I hope they have like. Let's do the Easter egg. Let's do the zombies Easter egg. With
Right.
those multi-step.
Mm.
Yeah. Let's do that shit. Bring that back
Glenn will be the leader for that. He's the guy that like
Yeah.
watches all the YouTube videos.
with his paid
walks
skins.
you through it. Yeah, with his paid skins, exactly.
And this will cure Glenn of his paid monetization bullshit. Glenn, we're gonna get you back on the Easter egg hunt for Call of Duty Zombies.
But I could be doing it as an Easter bunny with a bandolier.
Oh God. The sad part is that's what would happen. All right. I think that's it. But did we cover everything?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay. Moving in to the final PXN news of the week item, we got some Naughty Dog news here. I just threw this all together. Sony, I don't know what the fuck Sony's doing. Sony interviewed Neil Druckmann, talking about, I guess, his next game and some implications of his next game and stuff like that. Well,
I think it was like state of the industry stuff. His takes on like AI as well as like the modes of game making and then into like next game stuff.
Yes. And somehow Sony completely fucked up what he said and said something completely different than what was his actual statement. Which, fuck, I can't find his original statement now. Or not his original statement, but Sony's statement that they said he said.
I think because they deleted it. They took it down.
Well, shit. Fucking A. Well, anyways, it was some bad shit that Sony people are like, what the fuck? Why is Neil Druckmann saying this? This is a bad take. And then Neil Druckmann, who hasn't tweeted in like, I think months, randomly showed up and tweeted, and he's like, wait a minute, I didn't say that. And then he posted a screenshot of what he actually said. And essentially, Sony was like, whoops, our bad. And it was now, yes, taken down by Sony, I believe today, maybe, or yesterday.
We should clarify, like,
yes.
What, like, it was Sony completely it wasn't even like they got a few words wrong. They completely rewrote what he said entirely. Like, they put words in his mouth as if he said that, and then you read the original, like, holy shit, he didn't say anything close to that. Sony's just like,
it feels.
Go ahead.
It feels extra nefarious because it was stuff on the topic of like AI and like, it just, when you actually read it, it felt so nefarious. It probably wasn't. It was probably just some intern or somebody fucking around, but like still, it was not. It was not kosher.
He said it could redefine mainstream perceptions of gaming. I believe that was the gist of it. And
that's the Sony that I know.
Yeah.
Right. That sounds like PR speak. That does not sound like
Right. Yeah, he had a nice thoughtful response, and that's what they boiled it down to.
And one that was like actually human, where he's like referring to things, like very tactile things that like we can relate to with like other experiences. And that was like a complete corporate speak. Cory Barlog today responded to the tweet that was like Sony's apology and like we're taking it down, whatever, and was like, this never should have happened in the first place. And I agree. Like, why would they do this? Yeah.
Yeah. He's even mentioning, of course, their now competitor Fallout on Amazon Prime. So maybe they don't want that on there. They're like, oh, wait, we got to erase this. Like, I don't know.
I am so curious what the full interview was like, because like there are multiple things where Neil was saying. I mean, I'm doing quotes for like listeners, I guess, about how like animation now is obsolete, and it's like, wow, you have like the head of one of the most prestige studios saying shit like that. Like, why would anyone want to, like, why would Sony write that in? Like, people want to work at Naughty Dog. I would say, I would like to think they do. Maybe now in this kind of industry, maybe they don't anymore. But it's like, damn, like saying shit like that to like actually would harm animators or their like our perception of them is like so gross.
Indeed.
And we're glad it's deleted.
Yes. Last of Us TV news. Jeffrey Wright, who played Isaac in The Last of Us Part 2, will reprise his role in The Last of Us Season 2 for HBO. Very cool. Will be released next year. Hell yeah.
He'll be in it for like 5 minutes. Or just one episode, probably, but
Right.
Did you guys see the set leaks? I think he's gonna be in it for a little bit more. I don't want to say. I don't
Oh,
want to say if you guys don't know.
well, no, I don't know.
So, yeah.
I
a little
don't
bit of
see
rewriting.
it.
They're expanding, I think, in the same way that Bill and Frank got an expansion on their story. I think we might see Isaac get something similar.
Interesting.
I'll never know. I'm not watching season 2.
Oh my god!
What?
I'm not.
Well, why not?
I'm refusing to.
Why?
What? Why? That's such a weird. All right, whatever.
I didn't like the show. I didn't like season 1. So I'm like, you know what? I don't need this.
I thought we all liked it. I didn't think you loved it.
The more time goes on, the less I like it.
Interesting.
That's true for me, but not enough to not watch it. That's wild.
I think it's well. Anyway, this is a different story.
It's also 80% the same as the game.
Right.
But no, we talked about this. Like it just different enough to be like, oh, they have like the completely wrong read of these characters.
I don't
know.
think they nailed moments like the game nailed it. I think a lot of stuff like in audio editing and stuff like that didn't hit, but I don't know if that it's
I think this is the exact thing that I talk about the concern of following a game's story verbatim, because this is the problem. We're looking at the game as source material, and we're comparing apples to apples because it's the exact same story. They may not play out in the same way or happen the same way, but it's the exact same story, and that is problematic in my opinion.
No,
I disagree. But you know what?
That's fair.
I disagree as well.
You're
But
allowed to.
let Christian. You know what he can do instead of watching season 2. He can watch Furiosa again.
And I'll watch The Simpsons.
There you go.
See,
Good TV.
Let's not
so
take
Christian,
TV advice from somebody who watches The Simpsons in 2024.
so if
Not
this
new Simpsons, old Simpsons.
if The Last of Us series, God damn it, we're getting down. Never mind. I'm not
Go
going
ahead.
down
No,
that
go ahead. Say it. Go ahead.
if The Last of Us series is exactly like the games, you would be happy with that if it was exactly the games, just
Yes.
presented in a TV form?
That is a completely different conversation. We'll be here too long.
Because
I would have to dissect that question too much.
Gage's answer is yes.
Ugh, I hate that. I would be adamantly against that. And
George R. R. Martin had a great quote about this recently about
see, but
people adapting things
adaptations
and making it their own, as opposed to respecting the source material. And I thought he had a really good take on it.
I feel like an adaptation isn't a copy. Like people don't adapt something to another form.
Right, but you're adapting it because of the challenges of the medium. Not you're not adapting story decisions. That's where we disagree, and that's where we get bogged down.
Yeah, my problem with this show isn't on like the adaptation of it. It's the characterization of the characters. I don't think they were nailed.
I agree with that, and you had a really great take back in the day on what they changed about Joel
Back in the day.
About what they changed about Joel, and I actually really agreed with you on that. I thought that was really good, but for the most part, I enjoyed The Last of Us. We all did, including Christian, but he has got to be cool now.
Yeah, that's true. Me too. Hey, I enjoyed what was happening. I had problems with it, but I enjoyed it. Then you look back, it's like, damn.
Anywho, all right, moving on. Which I'm beginning to wonder if this is even relevant. I didn't realize these are older tweets. I don't know why this popped up on my feed.
I don't know if that's relevant. I mean, we feel like we've talked about this.
Okay, well, I'll just skip it then. It popped up on my feed, so I assumed it was new tweets, but they're not. So we'll skip it. All right, moving into our fantasy draft check-in.
There's a game that released today that I had on my thing, but it has no reviews.
Oh, what was it?
9 Souls by Red Candle Games released today after like crowdfunding, but I don't think any journos got codes or were able to like play it because there are like legit 0 reviews for it. It's positive
niche?
on Steam.
Is it niche? Like just super under the radar?
No. Like people were looking forward to this. There was like kind of funny. I think covered it a little bit with like one of their like demo videos. I don't know if it was early access or like Andy was playing it some capacity. People were talking about this game, but like the way it's releasing, it's like it's only PC right now because like a certain crowdfunding got reached. Consoles is later. Yeah, positive on Steam. I'll tell you more about it in the next segment.
Okay. We also had a huge game release, F1 24. The big game. It's got an 82 on OpenCritic, so tentatively 12 points, but it's not final yet for my team, ODST Publishing. It's a great game. What are you hating on that as much as The Last of Us Season 2?
You beat Hellblade?
We'll talk about that.
And he's hating on it now. Just wait 2 months, and then he'll say he loves it.
No, of course not. I firmly believe that's not a great show.
Jesus Christ. How did we get back on that? I just
We
made a joke.
need to have some sort of like after
brought it
dark
up.
episode.
I made
or
a
something where
joke.
We can just get into the octagon and sort this shit out.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God. All right. Moving into what you got for me. Dan, did you finish Hellblade 2? No, I didn't even play any more of it.
That's what I thought.
Fuck off, Christian. Fucking course.
Couldn't even beat a 5-hour game.
Fuck off. I was busy. I was working on lots of shit this weekend. As you know, you saw some of it.
I didn't see anything.
You saw one thing that I was working on. I was working on a lot of shit this weekend.
Why does the guy who hates your favorite shows get to see things, but I don't? That's what I wonder.
It was in our fucking PXN chat. Clearly Gage didn't see it. What the fuck?
I don't think we're getting your messages.
Oh my, yeah. Okay. You guys are real sons of bitches. All right. That's all I got.
That's it?
Yeah, that's all I got. Halo Infinite. That's it. That's all I had time for.
Seems like that's enough time to play a game.
I am. Halo Infinite.
You have like 2 hours left of, and it's like the one major release Xbox has had this year. You think
I want to counter that because I do want to counter that because I kept feeling like there's no way I'm halfway through this game, and by all accounts I should be halfway through the game by people saying it was 4 hours. I'm seeing people say it's like 8 or 9 hours now. So now I'm like questioning.
That's wrong. That's not
okay.
Correct. Yeah.
Well,
Dan, I'm telling you right now, someone who has played it
and
was
fair.
like, "How is this 5 hours? There's still a lot of game going on. Oh, it's ending."
Okay. All right, Christian, what do you got for me? What you got for me? I said that too proper.
I'll speed run through this. I've been playing Nine Souls that came out today. Played it for work. It's awesome. Action platformer, Metroidvania, Souls-like combat, heavy on parrying. You play as a little cat inspired by like martial arts, but it's also like secretly a sci-fi game. It's not secretly the setup. It's like immediate, and the sound design and the world design, the action is fucking awesome. I have too many things going on to finish it, but like I do want to play more of it. Like it was actually legit really fun. So I'll get back to that at some point. I also beat Lorelei and the Laser Eyes, and I bring this up because it's fucking awesome. These are the guys that developed Sayonara Wild Hearts. They did a puzzle game. It took me 19 hours, and it's one of the best puzzle games I've ever played in my fucking life. It is so good the way all the puzzles talk to each other constantly for the entire runtime. And I like my coworker and I are playing it. I have my notebook next to my desk because I was doing notes as I played. It encourages you, but when you start the game, like this game is best played with headphones and a pen and paper. I was like, I bet. And I have 20 pages of notes. It is so good that I logged on to the Annapurna Interactive website and bought the official notebook for that game. And I'm going to, once that gets in, translate all my notes from my own notebook into that notebook in like a nice, pretty fashion. And I'm talking so long about this game because it's my game of the year so far. It is. Wow. It's over Final Fantasy for me. This shit was fucking rocked me.
A Gilmore Girls game. That's crazy,
bro. Annapurna tweeted, "Sorry, Lorelei and the Laser Eyes is like Lorelei Gilmore's not in it."
Oh, that's cool.
So they know too. And then I also played through the entirety of Silent Hill 2 for the first time. And I confirmed, yeah, that is indeed the scariest game I've ever played. Like, that is truly a haunted game made by the devil. You would think, like, there's no way this fucking game from 2001 is that scary, and it is scarier than most games today, still today. And it still holds up. The combat is obviously like PS2 combat, and it is a little bit serviceable, but like it doesn't matter because the things they do in that game, every single game now is still biting the ankles of Silent Hill 2.
Wow.
It is crazy. It is fucking nuts. That's it.
Wow. So Lorelei's puzzles are really cool, but they can't be as cool as Hellblade 2's puzzles. I'm just kidding.
Okay, so one of the reasons why I was so disappointed with Hellblade 2 was because I was playing Lorelei and Animal Well. And I was like, AAA puzzles. They used to have sauce though. Like, do you remember playing, this is kind of a cheap example, but like even the Uncharted games, like those are AAA games, but even those puzzles like still kind of stump you. Like they want you to work a little bit to solve it. After a while, it's kind of easy, but like there's a degree of difficulty there. Hellblade 2 is too easy. Sorry.
Agreed. Gage, what you got for me?
A big iron on my hip. I'm still playing Fallout New Vegas. Still thoroughly enjoying it. I'm following like a guide online as to what to play and when to play in terms of all the DLCs, just going through it. And I'm getting close to the end there. I'm on the 3rd DLC now.
Jesus.
And man, it's it might be my favorite role-playing game of all time, I think, the more I play it.
That's up.
Especially playing it now as an adult. Like when I played it the first time, it was very much cool, look at all these cool guns. I'm going to shoot everything that moves and just blast my way through this game. Whereas this playthrough, I've been very sort of diligent to sort of like, I'm going to level up every skill that comes up in a conversation, like speech check, and try and have the most sort of like value in terms of like options for how I want to solve any given problem. And I'm going through this game and I'm like, just completely different from how I used to play this game. Of just going through and doing all these different speech checks and trying different things and aligning with different characters. And man, this game is so... I forgot... More than any other RPG, it's hard to delineate between main quest and side quest in Fallout New Vegas. The level of craft in their side quests is just incredible. And Obsidian knocked it out of the park. This game's awesome. I'm falling in love with it again, which is a very cool feeling. And sorry, I'm reading somebody's notes. And then also, surprisingly, I've jumped back into Escape from Tarkov. Y'all thought I escaped. Apparently
Jesus.
I did not. There's a whole bunch of drama. I think we covered some of it on the show. There's a whole bunch of drama. These devs have a very long history of being pieces of shit, and I'm not gonna say they're not pieces of shit. They are, but they eventually recently opened up the thing that they should have given to everybody. And Ryan, friend of the show, have been playing the PvE mode, and it's
PvE.
That's exactly it, right? That's one thing that everybody has wanted for a very long time, and now that it's available to the people who have bought in the certain edition of the game that should have got it, which is both Ryan and I. We're both suckers, and we both had that edition, and now we're finally playing it. And it feels good. It feels good. It feels like a very hardcore PvE sort of experience. And
wait, that sounds fun. That sounds fun as fuck.
It's great. It's really good. If you already own EOD, I would be like, hey, maybe think about downloading it and coming and playing with us. If you don't, I don't know. That's a whole ethics thing. But it's fun, man. It's fun. It feels like this is kind of how the game is supposed to be balanced. There's zero chances of hackers shooting us from across the map and beaming us into the eyeballs. So it's great. It's totally different vibe. It's totally different tempo. It's still hard. You're still not able to make mistakes, and you still need to be very careful. But at least quests will never wipe, and you can kind of, we're already talking and planning about the quests that we never are able to make it to on actual wipes. So we're kind of getting excited, and it's good.
Damn, I kind of miss Tarkov.
It's fun, man. It's the Dark Souls of the shooter world, man. It's fucking brutal.
Well, I hate to do this, but Let's
Uh-oh.
see. Master Maitre D. Tarkov. Teletubby.
Here we go. Ah,
Okay.
So,
Stupid ass.
there it is. Uh,
oh my god.
shit.
Gage reminded me of 2 games that I also played that I got to bring up.
Oh.
New season of Fortnite, of course, there's the power
Oh
armor
my
skin in the battle pass. Not a good season. They need to balance shit ASAP. It is decisively not fun how fast you can die to the new stuff they've added to the game. There's a lot of people who are like liking it, a lot of people who are not liking it, and I fall into the latter.
Is the power armor a skin or is it like an
It's a skin.
equipment? It's equipment. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah. The only thing from Fallout that's included in the game that's like an item is Nuka-Cola. And you drink it and it refills your shield and your health over time.
That's cool.
That is cool.
And you pocket the little bottle cap.
Hell
That's
yeah.
also cool.
Yeah. And I've also been retrying to play for the first time the full thing past the 20-hour mark. Cyberpunk 2077 for a job thing.
Ooh.
Mm,
More on that later.
I love
Good
Fallout.
good week for me and Gage, huh?
It is a great
Daniel just doing fuck
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, fuck. Yeah, Daniel's just been back here twiddling his thumbs, doing nothing.
Dan,
Fucking
That's
put his
pretty
feet
much
up.
what playing Halo Infinite is like nowadays. What else are you grinding for?
Jesus Christ.
It's the year of
Jesus
fun. Dan's having fun
Christ.
with Halo, so we can't knock him.
That's true. It's a year of fun.
Exactly. Yeah, give me a new Fallout game and I'll have fun with that, you know?
You gotta
Or-
wait 10 years.
Or
a
Gage.
remastered one?
So now that you finished Fallout New Vegas,
I haven't finished it yet.
I'm sorry, about to finish it. Sorry. You can play the 2019 Game of the Year from Dan, which is The Outer Worlds. Also Obsidian.
You know what? If you're recommending it to me and saying that it's fantastic, I'm gonna move right into that as soon as I'm done with Fallout New Vegas, because I am falling in love with Obsidian as a studio again.
I absolutely love that game, but like, I feel like you're gonna fucking just destroy me on that. You're gonna be like, "This isn't Fallout New Vegas."
Well, no, it's not Fallout New Vegas. It's
okay.
Outer Worlds.
All right.
Let me ask you this then.
I won't like that there's no third person. That will bug me. That will absolutely bother me.
How excited are you for Avowed now? Then
I need to see a much better gameplay demo. I think I can't remember if we butted heads in the podcast before, like after, but like I thought the game visually, art style wise, looked gorgeous, but that demo looked stiff as fuck. That did not hype me as much as it hyped everybody else. I thought that demo looked super stiff and janky.
Which, as we talked about already, I thought the same thing of Outer Worlds before it came out. It had really stiff showings for me. I was not big on it, and then it became my game of the year. I fucking love that game.
There's also the variables of like the stage demo walkthrough. Like, does the game feel faster than this? Is this just the way that this person is playing it? Like, there's a bunch of variables. But so far, I'm not super impressed with the gameplay of Avowed. The world looks cool, but I'm gonna need to see more before I jump on that.
Interesting. All right. Let's move into the topic of the show, guys. Sony has announced a state of play for tomorrow, in case you couldn't tell by this title. State of play returns with a 30-plus minute broadcast tomorrow, Thursday, May 30th, at 3 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. 6 p.m. Eastern Time.
damn, 3 plus 3 was too difficult for this guy.
Yeah. Normally they list it differently. They listed it 3 p.m. Pacific / 11 p.m. BST, whatever the fuck that is. I don't know what
British Standard
That's
Time.
what too much
Okay.
Halo does to you.
British
Forget
Standard
math.
Time. Since everyone's like really curious what British Standard Time is, I don't know. Fucking
Daniel, look at the graphic. Just
okay.
like
Well,
look right below.
all right, that's fair. But I was reading across in the tweet, so whatever. Or I'm sorry, the post. It's not called tweets anymore. Fuck off,
Isn't that
Elon.
crazy? Yeah.
Yeah.
We can still
That's
call it
stupid.
tweets. We can carry that torch. You know that
Yeah.
we can do that, right?
You're so right.
Let's remove all brand identity just for the hell of it. All right.
Microsoft Gaming.
Yeah. Tune in live for updates on 14 PS5 and PSVR 2 titles, including a look at PlayStation Studios titles arriving later this year. So, All of that sounds very exciting. Before we get to our predictions, though, there is one little news story to talk about, which this would have been a Street Meat item had this not been our topic of the show. But Sony is apparently preparing to announce a new Astrobot game in the next 2 weeks, which it just so happens this event's tomorrow. So I'm betting we're going to get a look at Team Asobi's next game tomorrow. The details come from D Labs and reliable leaker Bill Kun, which say that developer Team Asobi will apparently reveal the next entry in its cutesy robot platformer series sometime in the next 15 days. Part of the unannounced title is set to take place in a desert area with a new character described as a fennec fox in the form of a robot. That shares some similarities with Astro. So yeah. We might be getting a new
I can't
Astrobot.
tell you how excited I am for that game. I think Team Asobi is fucking awesome. I think it's one of Sony's best developers, and I'm gonna argue this is like the best. This is going to be the best PS5 game since fucking 2020. You know what the other two are? Returnal and the other Astrobot, because nothing else is utilizing this console.
Wow.
What about all the remakes that are on the way?
What about Horizon Zero Dawn?
Wait,
We'll talk about those.
We'll talk about those games. Yeah, fuck. Hang on. Why don't we talk about some stuff right now with some state of play predictions? So yeah, we'll just go around the room here with some predictions and see what everybody's got. You know, I've got a few different predictions that I have seemingly lost one of my tabs. So somebody else go. Christian, are you ready?
So I have 8, and then I separated them between 3 different categories. I have my locks that will show up tomorrow. What are you doing? What is that? What's that body language?
Go ahead. Go with your fucking appendices and indexes. Go ahead.
I have the maybes, which could show up, but might not. And then I have the least likelies, and these are more pie in the sky because it is a state of play and not a showcase. So we want to like temper expectations. It's 30 minutes, 14 games. You're getting like 2-minute trailers max. So I don't think anything's gonna be too crazy tomorrow.
What was Daniel's instructions for us?
Come with like 3.
So naturally,
Categories.
so,
He didn't differ.
so naturally, Christian does the exact opposite what Dan
Right.
says. Yeah.
Oh, you want less content on this podcast? Fine. Fine.
What's your first prediction?
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I should.
Jesus
uh,
Christ.
One of those was the Astrobot. Like, yeah, of course that game is going to show up. So I'll do the next one. I think it's pretty likely that the Horizon remake will show up here. But I also think Horizon is going to show up. It could show up twice in more than one way. But the remake, I think, is more of the surefire because it just got delisted on the platforms, on that PC platform not too long ago. Zero Dawn.
That's terrible. That's so annoying. Like, we don't need a fucking
course.
remaster of that.
Of course, it's annoying. Fucking sucks.
The game also, I've not played it. I know it's, people are lukewarm on it, but like visually, does it need a remaster? I really don't think so.
No.
Those games are both visually very, very
not a
stunning.
remaster, remake.
Is that what it is?
Supposedly.
That's the rumor. It's a remake.
What the hell? Are they gonna make it an actual game?
Dude, I wish I could like reach across the screen right now. That's awesome.
The crazy thing is, Forbidden West isn't even. Wait, Forbidden. Fuck, I'm getting them confused.
I think it's Zero Dawn.
No, sorry.
First? Which one is the first one?
Forbidden West isn't that much different gameplay wise to Zero Dawn. Like
it's worse gameplay wise.
Right. So like remaking it, like I don't understand. Are you gonna make it like Forbidden West? Like it's the same fucking argue like roughly the same. Like I don't know.
I have issues with that series.
Me too.
The more time goes on, yeah. Someone made a tweet like as soon as Herman got like CEO, like Herman just like greenlit 6 Horizon fucking games. They're doing too much with this franchise when I don't think it's earned that.
Yeah, I agree with you. I never beat Forbidden West. I know that's shocking, Daniel. I didn't beat something, but that game just that went on so long. It just fucking. I think we were talking about it, Christian. The one week, last week I played it, I was like stuck in a dialogue tree for fucking 10 minutes, and I'm like, I can't get out of this fucking dialogue tree. This dude won't shut the fuck up. Like,
Right.
God. Insane. All right. Gage, do you have one?
I do. I have three as requested.
Okay.
So my first one is that God of War Ragnarok PC release date.
Oh, that's
Oh,
a
I
good
like that.
one.
That's a good. Yeah, that's a good luck.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the next one that we're due for. I think if I think of the catalog and the rotation that we've been going through. So I think and a specific release date. I think they're gonna narrow it down.
Yeah, because the fall would be 2 years, right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. We're getting close.
Well, was Ragnarok 2022?
Yeah. Right?
Time's going by too fast. Like these years have been blurring together.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So my first one, yes, I agree with you. Astrobot Horizon, that was a great one as well. With Ragnarok, I am going to say those Resident Evil remakes that we just talked about in the news of the week. I think those are going to show up here. They have a history of showing up at PlayStation's events, and it would make sense timing wise to be hearing about rumors and stuff about them. I think we will see them here. So
I like that. I like that. That'd be very cool. That'd be pretty cool.
yes,
Solid prediction.
hell yeah. What's your next one?
I'll give you two, just
Okay.
so I can get rid of my locks.
Sure.
I think with the Konami showcase also happening the same day, I think there's a chance you also get like a separate trailer happening at the Sony showcase that is also showing off Bloober's Silent Hill 2. I think if there's like synergy between the two,
Yep.
that could happen. But I think if there's going to be a major thing that they want to like, this is the statement piece of the state of play, like something to get excited about. I think the big thing might be something like a Spider-Man 2 DLC trailer. It's been a while since that game came out. Time for some DLC to come out because they were teasing that for a while. So
Interesting. Spider-Man 2 DLC. I'd be down for that.
that Carnage DLC, Black Cat.
Gage, what's your second one?
My second one was Spider-Man 2 DLC.
No way.
Although I can maybe say that we're gonna get a specific release window.
Okay.
Competing, we're just talking.
Until somebody pulls up this episode and fucking let me tally 0.785
Right.
points for this
Exactly.
one.
Do you know who that is, Christian? Do you know who that's gonna be?
Who?
It's
Gonna be
usually you, yeah.
No, I'm not. We're not doing points for this. I'm not tallying this one.
All right. My next one is probably, since this is a state of play, it's probably a little less likely, but I'm going to say this is the big reveal that they're going to have, and that's going to be a little teaser for Ghost of Tsushima 2.
Wow.
I feel like it's about time for that. I feel like they've had some time to cook on it. Get a little teaser of that.
I almost wrote down that one, but I went with a different one.
Oh,
I think you and I are gonna have the same next as well.
It's not my next one. I have too many, so it's not my next one. So
Right.
you'll say it first.
well, what's your next one then, Christian?
Yeah, I'll say it now. Then in my least likely category, I have two. I have Bloodborne PC port, just because like anything in Bloodborne is just fun to just to manifest. But the actual least likely, instead of going with Ghost of Tsushima 2, I went with like a teaser for the Santa Monica sci-fi game, Cory Barlog's next project.
Oh,
That's not what I had. That's going though.
is their next game going to be their sci-fi project or another God of War game?
I think Cory Barlog's team is doing the sci-fi stuff. Yeah.
But which one's
Yep.
coming from next?
He's been working since God of War 2018 on that.
Okay, I'm gonna hold you to that. Gage.
So yeah, my third and final is that we are getting
What?
Hold on.
What?
You think that team has the next? You think that their next team is going to be God of War 3? Motherfucker, Valhalla just came out December. You think they have the next game ready to go sooner than Cory Barlog's game he's been working on for 6 years?
It depends on the
Brother,
it depends
yeah,
on the scale and scope of God of War 3. They might just be itching to
exactly.
get another one out there. Yeah.
Exactly. Look at the games that fucking take 10 plus years to make that are
If all is right in the world, Cory Barlog's game will be the next one. But I don't know. I could see them rushing out another 1.5 sequel.
Yeah, the Amazon TV show's on the horizon. We gotta get the new next God of War out.
It's true.
Brand momentum, baby.
All right, sorry, I interrupted.
We are going to get a trailer and a release date for Wolverine.
Oh. Shit.
So Insomniac showing up twice, huh? Trying to save Sony's ass again?
Somebody's got to do it. Somebody's got to do it. I think they'll probably bookend, or close to bookend the show. They'll space them out.
Is that game coming this year?
No,
I'm
I think it's
thinking
next year, isn't it?
2025.
I'm thinking, yeah.
That was there was the leaks.
Right, but they can move release dates around, right? I think summer 2025 is probably a nice open spot for them.
Because I didn't think I think that game was not looking so great in the leaks. Like, obviously it's leaks, so it's not like, you're not seeing a full-fledged product, but I feel like that game's going to be 2025 as well.
If we learn anything from those leaks, is that Spider-Man 2 was not ready to go yet.
Yeah.
And they had more ambitions, and Sony was like, we got to get these out faster.
So it'll be interesting to see, does Sony repeat the mistakes that they made with that one?
Sure.
Sorry, I got a little chuckle right before you went, Gage, because when we were talking about the God of War thing and their next project, I immediately thought in my head, what if they do a remake of God of War 2018?
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Yeah. Insane. My last one is a little unexciting, and it kind of piggybacks off of one thing you said, Christian, but it's more specific. I think not only do we see the Horizon Forbidden West, Horizon Zero Dawn remake, I think we also see the Lego Horizon game, which, what the fuck? This is too much Horizon.
I had a different Horizon game in mind. I had the live service one.
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
You think that's still alive?
What if they show all three of them?
That'd be way too much. Holy shit.
They
would do it, Daniel. They'd do it.
They would, yeah. It's possible. One of the Xbox press conferences, I think it was 2019, I think, they showed Gears 5, Gears Tactics, and Gears Pop all at the same conference.
Oh, they did. I remember that Gears Pop one. Yeah.
Yeah. Which actually, that was actually a fun mobile game. I fucking got sad when that shut down. It was fun.
You played it?
I did. It was actually fun.
You did.
It was actually fun. It was a cool mobile game. I don't know. I know that's crazy to say, but whatever. It is what it is.
I got one more.
Sure.
And this is for my maybe pile. The Horizon one was also my maybe pile. Another trailer for Metal Gear Solid Delta. I think one with a release date. That partnership with Sony's close. That's the Snake Eater remake.
Okay, which is
3.
Give me the number. There we go.
It's gonna be the greatest game of this year. It's gonna be a 99 on Open Critic specifically.
Could Kojima do it again?
Not even close.
I hope so. I hope Kojima can do it, and he's not even working on this game at all.
Yeah. He's too busy writing Twitter reviews for movies.
He was at Cannes. He showed up in France.
Very interesting. Are we I forget, did we confirm? We didn't confirm a date last week's episode for the people on the web here, did we?
Oh, no, that was off air.
Yeah. Do we want to do that now? Just confirm. We ready to lock
Do
that in?
Yeah, do it. I'm down to lock it
Let's
in.
do it.
It's not gonna change.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, I hope not. Anyways, okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, you've been waiting all your lives for this. No, I'm just kidding. Episode 250. We have decided it would normally land on July 3rd, which is the normal Wednesday, but it will actually be taking place July 5th. Are we still doing 8 p.m. Eastern time? We good with that time?
I'm cool with that.
Sure. Okay.
Yes, sir.
We'll do 8 p.m. Eastern time on July 5th for episode 250. It's going to be right here in this place.
I don't believe it.
Believe it. We're going to have a live argument right here about TV adaptations. Right here.
Let's not do that for 250. Let's
We're
not say we did.
We're gonna
Let's
have
fun on that episode.
We're gonna have
we could.
Judge Warner is gonna
That's
be.
what I was just about to fucking say. We could have Judge Warner settle
Dude,
it.
you guys have no idea the amount of shit that I've heard, without spoiling anything, the amount of shit that I've heard over this past weekend of previous shit that we've said, and that's one of them, the Judge Warner thing, and I just laughed so hard when you brought that up in one of the episodes, and I'm like, God damn it.
It's a great idea. I stand by it. It's a fantastic idea.
Yeah. Judge Warner will be there for episode 250. He doesn't even know that we're knighting him for this yet, but
I haven't
anyways.
checked the YouTube chat. Do we have YouTube chats to acknowledge or no?
Yeah, Glenn's in there yelling as normal. He was talking about 2K and having a real problem with it, and then he said the Teletubby returns when we brought up the Teletubby, which is
Right.
Tarkov Teletubby. So yeah, I always have the chat pulled up, Gage. I'm always there. I'm always alert.
All right.
I'm on
just
top of
making
it.
sure.
Now that I've got this new little interface, it shows up right below you guys. So I see you guys, and then underneath is the chat. So it's like, it's nice.
Wow.
Let me see you do push-ups.
Oh, okay. No, I'm not fucking doing push-ups. We're fucking live right now. What the fuck? All right. Anything else, guys, before we close out the show? Oh, and after 249, so probably the Friday of 249, I would bet there will be a nice little video that releases. So that'll be fun. The guys have gotten an early look at it, but
I watched 15 to 20 seconds of that, and I was like, I'm going to save this for...
15 and 20?
What?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to save it.
It's
for,
not
like,
finished.
Yeah, that's why I'm going to save it for the official release.
That's fair.
Give it the real review.
Hell yeah.
Hey there, Delilah.
It was exciting so far, though.
Hey there, Delilah. The fuck? What does that even mean?
Nothing. It's me being stupid.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, thank you. Thank you to everyone. Wait, what? Oh, I didn't hit it. Thank you to everyone watching us live and joining us and participating in the chat. Why am I saying? I'm saying the wrong line. God damn it. Where am I at? Thank you for joining us live on YouTube and Twitch, as well as podcast services everywhere, including Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music, Spotify, and everywhere else you get your podcasts. Thank you, Ro, who was in our chat. Thank you, Christian. Thank you, Gage. I am Daniel, and this has been Podcast PXN, and we are out. Much love, and keep making Horizon. Wait.
In her and we trust.
That's stupid.
What?